Hello, it's Elaine for Penguin Place Crafts. And I beat yesterday's record. I told you I am trying to work down, move this over here, the bag of yarn, the Advent skeins, sent to me by Chef Lori. She said that she ordered these, was it eBay or Etsy? And she thinks that somebody just went to Temu and got all the little, inexpensive little bonbon skeins and then put them up, portraying them as high-end yarns for an Advent calendar. So, knowing how I like to challenge myself to make things with little quantities of scrap yarn, she sent it to me. When I showed you yesterday's set, I finished 5 items, and I had used, 1.1 ounces? I beat that. This time, okay, I started at 1 pound, 3.3 ounces. I made 6 items, and I got it down to exactly 1 pound. Now, for at least one of these, I went through and I found matching skeins. Like, it looks like I've got 3 blue of the same color. So, oh, wait a minute. Are there 4? 4 blue. So I could make something bigger in blue. Well, there were 3 or 4 of this green. Once upon a time, a coworker who knits sent me a picture and says, "Oh, do you have this color yarn in your stash?" And sent a picture of a skein that had a label on that said goose turd green. I think it was a little bit darker than this. But whenever I see an unusual shade of green, I think of that goose turd green. Yep. Okay, so I think this is the one I started out with. There's a pattern, a YouTube tutorial, I think by Crochet Craftsman, for a pumpkin that you crochet this long strip and then you sew it together and gather the ends. Mine turned out looking sort of lumpy and bumpy. There you go, Lori, purple and orange together. But there's my lumpy, bumpy pumpkin. I ran out of yarn before I got to the prescribed length. I think it was supposed to be 18 rows long, and I've got, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. How could that be? That's 6, that's 12, 16. Okay, maybe it was supposed to be 20. But there's my pumpkin. I think that's going to go in the $8 bin. Then, okay, I told you about the lots of green. I had out my book. Nope, this wasn't the next one. This one was. I had out the book for No Sew Mini Amigurumi by Genna. I made a platypus in purple and orange, and I gave them, I think they're light purple or light pink eyes. Okay, that worked up quickly. Let's keep going in that book and see what else I can make from that book. So I made her opossum from that book. He turned out well. I like him. Let's keep going with that book. I made the mallard. Oh dear, is he not lying down flat? supposed to lie down this way. It looks like he's sort of tilted there. The head is sort of tilted. Oh well, you make the wings and the feet first and you sew them in as you go. So there's my mallard. Then I got out those 4 skeins of green and I made the triceratops made by Genna's book. And then I weighed all the yarn and I saw that it was at 1 pound, 0.1 ounce. No, I want to get this down under a pound. So I made one more item this morning. Started it before church and then just finished it when I got home. I made a cat, a pink cat from Carraway Art's, the video tutorial. Once I got this finished, I dumped all of the yarn back in the bowl. I could put this salad bowl on the scale and tear it so that it goes to 0 and then dump all the yarn in. Went down to exactly 1 pound. This is starting to look messy from like dumping it in, taking it out, dumping it in, taking it out. I should weigh it in this box because that would tell me how much the box weighs and then I wouldn't have to keep dumping it into the bowl for measurements. But I shall continue today and make more projects from my 1 pound remaining of yarn and see how far I can take this down today. So like I said, I got a lot of blue here. I think I may make a blue triceratops. And there's still a bunch of greens. I think some of the greens are the same shade like this. Ooh, I could do safety cones. Yeah, some safety cones. Thinks if I just sit here and stare at the yarn for long enough, I'll think of some stuff. But what was I calling it? Chef Lori Advent yarn. So it spells out CLAY. Clearing the clay. At the rate I'm going, if I can get about 3 ounces of yarn used each day, I might have it done this week. But we're working around other stuff. We're working around having a puzzle proofing assignment and keeping up with kitchen stuff. I still haven't made the grape jelly. There's still grapes on the counter that need to be made into grape jelly. And we have a birthday party, a family birthday party this Saturday that I need to make at least one item for. It's a Pokemon themed party for my granddaughter who turns 5 next week. So I'm thinking, okay, we'll make a Pokeball to give her along with her gift. Okay, so there's one thing planned. So it's time to go work on dinner. And I will give you an update tomorrow. I don't know. 6 items and 3.3 ounces. Might be sort of hard to beat. I mean, considering each of these is around 0.3 or 3/4 ounces, they'd be like using up 10 of these. We shall see. Just keep plugging away at it every day. The box will get a little lower, a little more empty, and before you know it, I'll be all done. So that's it for today. A little bit on the short side, but I didn't sleep well last night. So I'm sort of looking forward to going out and quickly making dinner so that I can take a nap. So between nap and puzzles, I don't know how much I'll get done today. I'll try. Bye-bye.